Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rapid Response, brought to you by Apex Benefits and our sister company, Axiom Human Resource Solutions. So we're back. We have Todd Rokita, General Counsel and Vice President of External Affairs at Apex Benefits, a former congressman, and very excited that the CARES Act has been passed. I'm joined by two great colleagues, Brooke Salazar and Andy Zelt. Brooke?
I am the Associate General Counsel here at Apex Benefits, as well as an HR consultant. And before I started lawyering, I was an HR professional.
Hello, my name is Andy, founder and CEO of Axiom Human Resource Solutions, a local community-based payroll and HR provider delivering human capital management solutions through Kronos Workforce Ready platform. Thanks for having me.
It's great to be joined by you both. We're talking about the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. We've already discussed in a separate installment the Small Business Administration provisions. We've discussed the payroll tax provisions. And now we're moving on to the unemployment insurance enhancement provisions of the Act, again with the goal and purpose of providing our clients and the general public information about what these massive policies are going to do to help us keep employees employed, keep employers in business, and get us through as a country this coronavirus attack. So with that, Brooke, would you lead us on the unemployment insurance discussion?
Sure. So we're getting a lot of questions on unemployment insurance, whether it's from clients, friends, parents that have been affected by COVID-19. So what I think is really exciting in the CARES Act is that unemployment is going to be expanded to an additional 13 weeks. So that's on top of the state unemployment guidelines. The payment will equate to 100% of the average American salary for the initial state allotted unemployment insurance period. And then you're going to go into that 13-week after that state allotted period is over. And one of the exciting things I think about this CARES Act is that it really looks at the gig economy. So it supports and makes eligible freelancers, self-employed folks, independent contractors, and it includes part-time workers and furloughed employees. It also includes, normally if you quit your job, you're not eligible for unemployment. However, if an employee has to quit as a direct result of COVID-19, so the child's daycare is closed, they've been quarantined by a healthcare provider, those situations are covered. And what I think is really exciting too is that this doesn't start April 1st. This starts from a period beginning on January 27th of 2020. So when you started seeing certain industries ramp down because of COVID-19, those folks that are unemployed are still going to get a shot at this program. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, before we get into direct cash payments, Andy, what's your comments on this unemployment insurance?
Two questions, I guess. If I laid someone off January 15th because they were terrible at their job, do they qualify? What kind of proof? Does it come to the employer to say, no, that wasn't coronavirus related, or any idea how that's going to work?
Well, it starts January 27th, but I can only speak to the Great Recession when I was in HR and doing those unemployment claims, is that things are going to move really fast. So I can't guarantee that everyone that was properly terminated on January 15th isn't going to get unemployment, because what we're trying to do is stimulate the economy.
That's good. And then the last question was on the federal benefit on top of your state unemployment. How's that work for, is there a proration for part-time employees, or do you know how that's going to work?
There will be a proration for part-time employees once it hits the state, past the state allotted time into that 13 weeks. So that will occur on the state level, so I can't speak to what that looks like. But I am getting questions on the $600 supplement, and we just don't have advice yet on that from the DOL.
So, Brooke, if we zoom out, and Andy for that matter, if we zoom out and look at the laws holistically, here we have the CARES Act, Phase 3, the latest, I should say, to be accurate. Who knows what else is coming from Congress? The latest installment of cash and policy and programs to get us through the lowest part of this, what we hope to be a V-shaped recovery. What I'm hearing in this unemployment program is that it like you're saying, it happens for claims from January 27th on. Maybe in the rush of things, others are going to get it too, is what I hear Brooke saying. I'll leave that there for a moment. But it's complementary, not contradictory then to the Phase 2 Families First Coronavirus Act, because that one, as we talked about, doesn't start till April 1st. It's now March 27th today. And we had many questions, and we gave the same answer throughout, that act, the one that starts April 1st, would not be retroactive, would not take care of emergency paid sick leave or emergency family medical leave for employees before April 1st. So there you have it. If you're on unemployment before that time, you're taken care of. If you're still employed, and your employer is being incentivized to keep employees going through those SBA loans we talked about, and the deferments and the loan forgiveness, and even cash payments by the IRS, you're being incentivized to keep employees on. And that sick leave doesn't start till April 1st. The only people that are falling through the cracks then are those that may have gotten sick and had to take some time off before April 1st, but are still employed. Looks like they're using their own PTO and maybe some other mechanisms to get through until April 1st. Do I have all that right? Is that how the big pieces are working together here?
I think so. In my opinion, the Families First is designed to support workers through sick periods. It's not designed to keep employees on the books if the business is not economically viable. So when I look at those retaliation sections in Family First, it's in retaliation to being sick or, as we know, having an illness within that realm of COVID. It's not, I can't keep my business open. Am I going to receive additional possible lawsuits for retaliation? Because I think the government understands that businesses inherently want to stay open. They inherently want to supply the customer for the revenue stream.
And that's what the unemployment program's for then. Can't keep your doors open, doesn't matter if your employees get sick or have to take care of a child or not. But for those companies then, this unemployment, this extra $600 per employee on top of everything is meant to cover those layoff termination kind of situations. Andy, do you have anything else there before we... Go ahead.
I can tell you just from my own experience, I know folks that have already been laid off or furloughed now, and were a week ago in the service industries, in hospitality and entertainment. So I think this backdating of January 27th is really helpful for those folks.
Seems like they've come up with a assortment of tools to cover those, and I get cash. I get direct cash payments.
Yes, it is a $600 supplement to your state's unemployment check. It's what you would normally receive. You're talking about the direct cash payments. So you've already moved on.
Yeah, I have.
You totally skipped over. All right, let's do it. Let's keep moving. So direct cash payments. We know these are going to be based on income. And they're going to be based on 2019. And if you haven't filed yet for 2019, you're going to use the 2018 return. So for married couples with no children earning less than $150K, they'll receive a total of the $2,400. Taxpayers, the filing is head of household that earn less than $112,500 are going to receive that $1,200. And if there's another adult or individual in that family, then they'll receive that $1,200 as well. So taxpayers with income of up to $75,000 will get that $1,200, and then they'll start to phase out once they hit that $90,000, and then you'll see the $500 per child. My mama asked me if she's going to have to apply to the IRS for this cash payment, and she did not have a lot of faith in it. However, the IRS has assured us that taxpayers will not have to apply for these payments, that they have your information from your prior tax filings, and they'll be able to get this out to you, we're told, within weeks.
Well, that's good. Excellent information, both of you. Really appreciate your help with all this and going through an 800-page bill. We have a couple more installments left to go, but everyone stay tuned. This is Apex Benefits Rapid Response.